We are back with another episode of Daily Vibes with Emily. And here with me today is Dallas Mavericks point guard Jalen Brunson. Thank you for joining me.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Did you watch the All-Star game last night?
I did. It was pretty interesting. Actually, one of the better ones that I can remember. I really like how they kept the fourth quarter game to 24, or they add an extra 24 points. So it was pretty cool.
I love that. And obviously you had a teammate participating.
Yeah, watching Luka was pretty cool. Obviously, he's put a lot of hard work in just to get to that point. It's special to seeing him every day, and then him going out there and just being himself. It's a great thing to see as a teammate.
And we're going to get into the Mavericks soon, but first, you and basketball, it goes back to generations with you. Growing up, how did having a father as an NBA player influence you as an athlete?
It influenced me a lot. I was around the game of basketball 24/7. He obviously played for about 9 years, so I was always around it, and then I got to meet a lot of people, got to see a lot of things that a normal kid probably would dream of. So that love for the game started at a young age, and it just kept going until now, and hopefully longer than now.
Was your dad more of a LeVar Ball type dad or a participation trophy type dad?
Probably neither. He was very unique. He was really unique. He at times was very, very proud of me. I mean, he's always proud of me, but he always wanted me to get better. And so he was never really vocal to other people about how I can be better or how I'm, I guess, one of the better players out there. He was never vocal towards others. He was always telling me, this is what you have to do to be the best player you can be, or you're doing good right now, but I don't want you to get satisfied. Like, he was always one extra thing to push me, and he still does it to this day. And it was unique, and it was definitely there were days where I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore mentally. But he always asked me, do you want to play in the NBA every day? And then if it was tears of joy or I'm crying pissed at him, the answer is always yes. So he always just kept pushing me. He knew my limits.
Wow. Well, I'm sure he was very proud of you in high school. You have countless awards that if I start mentioning them one by one, you're probably going to be late to practice tomorrow. So I'm going to stick to some of them. But specifically in your junior year, you received Gatorade Player of the Year, and then you won it again next year. When you were a junior, you were ranked #1 point guard in the country. And then postseason, you won Illinois Mr. Basketball Award. How much time were you devoting to get to that level?
Every day. I was doing something every day to make sure I was the best player I can be. Obviously, having my dad and the experiences that he had, he kind of just walked me through everything. He always used to say, I have the answers to the test that you want to take. And so I always listened to him, always worked hard. Even in the days where he wasn't there, he had to do something, or he was coaching or something. It made it part of my identity to go to the gym and do something. So every day, I worked on it every day, and I never got tired of it.
Did you ever have moments where you felt as if you were missing out on maybe social affairs because of basketball?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, all the time. I remember missing school dances for games, or obviously in high school missing out on hanging with friends and stuff like that. I miss it all the time. My parents told me, as of right now, I have 2 choices out of 3. It was school, basketball, and your social life. I had to put one on the back burner, and obviously it was school and basketball for me. And the best part about it, my best friends knew that, and so they never pushed me or influenced me to just go out or leave school or basketball aside and come hang out with them. They always knew that was first, and they're still my best friends to this day.
Wow, good support system.
Mm.
Well, the hard work definitely paid off. And now let's fast forward to college. You've narrowed down your decisions to Illinois and Villanova. What helped you make the decision to commit to Villanova?
I kind of knew I wanted to go to Nova for about a couple months prior. I had a feeling that was where I was going to end up, but I was still obviously keeping my options open. I didn't want to be a closed book. it was close to home. I'm originally from New Jersey, and my parents went to the rival school, so we lived in that area for a long time. After I graduated high school, we moved back to that, or my parents moved back to New Jersey, so only 45 minutes away. It was kind of a no-brainer for me. I knew that Nova had a great program. They had a great use of their guards. The brotherhood that they had, the family aspect that they had, it was unmatched, and I knew that I wanted to be part of it.
That's amazing. And we definitely saw the success when you helped lead your team to the 2018 NCAA championship. After that, you left on a great note and you declared for the draft. But today we see a lot of players, they go 1 to 2 years, one and done, and then they declare for the draft. Why did you decide to stay for a third year?
I think most importantly, it was about my degree. I was able to finish school in 3 years, and I think subconsciously it's probably one of my favorite moments or achievements. I never say, "Oh, this is probably the biggest thing I've ever done," but like deep down, it's something that I'll cherish. That like I was I guess, an All-American, playing at an All-American level, and then still finishing school in 3 years. And so, something I take a little pride in. And my mom and dad, whole family, were excited that I finished school. So I just knew it had to be done.
That's amazing. In your draft year, you were one of the 4 players that came out of Villanova that year. So what was it about their program that turned college athletes into pros?
Um, it was obviously has a lot to do with Coach Wright. Coach Wright just put us in positions where we needed to be the best we can be. And our practices sometimes are even harder than games. We had, going back to my freshman year, we may have had 7 or 8 guys who have played at least one NBA season. And so practices just from every day were just brutal and brutal. And then you were just tested, you're battle tested. And so by the time the game came, it was easy. So Coach, he just pushed us to play as hard as we could. And he just made us work on our game. And obviously easier said than done, but when you're winning, it's easier to do it.
Right, definitely. It's motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So since the draft, you've been a Dallas Maverick. Last season, your field goal percent was 43%, and then it increased to 53% this season. Additionally, your three-point percentage increased from 35% to 40%. So what do you attribute this growth to?
My work ethic, most importantly. I always, like I've said, I've been working on my game since I can ever remember. And also just comes with confidence. I think my work ethic helps my confidence tenfold. Like it's totally different when I'm working and I know that I'm working, and versus when I'm not, and where my mentality is. And so, I try and work every day. And then when it comes to the game time, I know I've practiced it 1,000 times. And so, just comes from my confidence and a little bit of opportunity mixed in there as well. So, just seizing the moment.
Speaking of more percentages, you are part of an exclusive group of the 5% of lefties in the NBA. How do you use this to your advantage?
I don't really know how I use it. I just know it's difficult. It's just weird when you're playing against someone who's just a complete opposite hand of you. Like when I play a lefty, it's weird. It may seem easy, but it's definitely weird. I remember when I was younger, my dad's left-handed, but he writes with his right. He does everything with his right. He uses a fork. He does countless things with his right hand. And so I'm kind of the same way. I write with my right hand. I do everything else right-handed. But when it comes to basketball, I'm lefty. And I found out that he made me use my left hand when I was younger, no matter what. He said, "Don't put the ball in your right hand." And so now when it comes to basketball, obviously I can't shoot my left. Or my right, I shoot my left.
It was genetics.
Yeah.
So my last question for you, and this is a serious question. Where do you have space for all of the awards that you received?
Not here, not in Dallas. It's at my parents' house. My parents, actually, my dad, he's been kind of figuring out what to do with it. And so he kind of made a little area. He got it fixed, I guess, this summer. It got finished. I don't know, but he got a little area in the house where he put all my stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna keep it there until after I retire, and then I'll bring it to my house wherever I'm at.
Jalen, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm looking forward to watching you and the Mavericks kill it this season. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you.